Good morning, everybody. How are you? Now, I should warn you, this video blog is being done on my first cup of coffee in the morning, which, if memory serves me, isn't the best time for me to do a video blog because I end up rambling and basically I'm tired. But I've drunk half of it. It's black coffee, which means I'm not racist. So we'll see how this goes, shall we? Now, these mugs only about £1 billion, and you get free Nukezilla Prime with it. Buy one. Ooh. Okay, that's the kind of level this video blog's going to be at, and I apologise, but I've got a tippy chair, so. How did you enjoy Friday? I enjoyed it immensely. Friday, for those who weren't around for whatever reason, what's wrong with you? April 1st, Nukextravaganza 3, the Interpretive Dance and Mime-a-Palooza, where all day we posted only in the form of interpretive dance. It was beautiful. It was sort of an April Fool's joke, but then we did it. So, yeah, I think it would have been an April Fool's joke if I'd have announced it on Friday and then not done it. But I announced it on Thursday, and then we actually did it. So it's more just an awesome thing we did. It's quite a lot of work, these things, but it's very, very rewarding. And I know it won't have got us any more readers. I don't care. But yeah, April 1st was awesome. Staff, beautiful, beautiful people. I still haven't decided which my favourite video is, and I don't think I could. But seriously, John's video, that's in the top two. That's in the top 2 or 3 or 4 or 5. Glorious. If you didn't watch them all, go through they're still on the front page. Go through all of the posts that we did on Friday, and they're all videos of interpretive dance of something. Like this one is John's interpretive dance about Mega Man Universe being cancelled. It's frankly very moving. Oh, this coffee is glorious. So other things that I'd like to talk to you about. The cost of Nukezilla's technical back-end has almost tripled. Oh yeah, Pete wrote this fantastic article where he took the Nintendo DS and put it under a microscope. And we posted that up last week. And it did... Like, basically, someone posted it to Reddit. I think it was me, actually. I can't remember. I'm running at full capacity as it is. This coffee is not getting in my system fast enough. But someone posted it on Reddit, and right now it's sitting at about 50,000 page views, which is quite a lot for us. And it actually made the last month, March, the most trafficked month since we changed our name to Nukezilla, which is a statistic that you can now enjoy. Enjoy that statistic, please do. And it's now one of the most read articles that the site's ever had, which is fantastic. And because we're on the new server, it was a bit of a test, because in the past we've got up to 600 people viewing the website simultaneously, and it's crashed. And I upgraded the server like a madman 2 hours into the traffic spike, which got us up to about 1,010, 1,020 people before the server gave up, which is a significant improvement, because that's the number of people on it right now, not just the number of page views. And so I was very, very pleased with that. But it's meant that what I've done is when I downgraded the server again, because it's all in the cloud, you can upgrade and downgrade as you see fit. I downgraded it not all the way back down again, so we're at the middle tier now, because there were some stability issues, which I'll not go into. But basically, we now have a slightly beefier server than we did at the end of last week, which is kind of cool. And I was going to upgrade the server anyway for Nukezilla Prime, so that when Prime starts, you guys actually have very, very nice hosting, like top-notch. And I think instead of moving to a new server, I'm just going to stick with this one for the time being, because it's beefy and powerful enough. And I reckon to cope. One of the reasons I was wanting to move is security concerns, because I did things to this server, not inappropriate things, just things to get it working, and I need someone who knows about servers to go, yeah, that's still fine, you've still got that. But I was going to just move to a new server and hope no one noticed. But anyway, along with the more powerful, beefy server that we've got, which if you want the nerd down on that, then get in contact. I also tweaked Wire, Because Wire is very processor intensive because it's fetching all these feeds. It's fetching like 50 feeds an hour. It's got it does lots of things. And even though no one votes on it, it still churns away. And that was using a fairly significant chunk of our database time. And I did some very clever coding and got that right down. So that gave us even more power. And I've just bought NukezillaCDN.com. That is Nukezilla Content Delivery Network.com. Now, here's where it might get complicated. All static files, and static files are images, JavaScript, CSS. I knew there was three. These are the three file types. When you load up the page, the server generates the framework, the HTML for it, and it uses that dynamically. Like, it goes to the database and says, oh, what posts are here, blah, 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 blah. Then it says there's a picture here, 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 here. Then your browser runs back to the server and says, give me all these pictures and this CSS and this JavaScript. And now they will run to NukezillaCDN.com, not Nukezilla.com. And NukezillaCDN.com is very, very clever. When you say to NukezillaCDN, hey, give me the logo... Oh, I'm so excited, I'm coughing. Oh, and a little burp. I apologise. I apologise for any ladies watching. Because I believe in the gender binary, obviously. I'm going to drink more coffee. That'll make everything better. I've accepted now these video blogs aren't watched by anyone other than myself and you guys. These aren't like a big PR thing. This is just like a Sunday, hey, here's what's happening. So, you request the logo, it goes off, and NukezillaCDN.com, which is a totally separate entity to Nukezilla.com, says, ooh, do I have a copy of this? If it doesn't, it goes to Nukezilla.com and gets it, which is why if you go to NukezillaCDN.com, it just loads Nukezilla really cleverly. It doesn't have things like the dynamically generated pages, and so it runs all the way back to the server and then displays them to you, and it's really clever. But don't do that, please. That's not how it's meant to be used. So, but if it does have a copy of the image, then it serves that image up. Now, the clever thing, because you might be thinking, well, what's the benefit of that? First of all, Nukezilla.com doesn't get bothered about images, which they account for like 75% of all of the requests to the server for images. Done. Don't need them anymore. And also, the CDN is clever because it's not one server, it is about 20 servers all around the world who all have a copy of this stuff. So if you're in Manchester, like me, and you request the Nukezilla logo, it goes to Nukezilla CDN, the nearest one, which is London, and says, do you have a copy of the logo? And if so, then the London one sends it back up again. And once it's fully working, it means that the pages are going to load so much faster, and under heavy traffic, all the piddly server that is generating the pages, that doesn't need to worry about any of these images, and the CDN's not going to be worried about heavy lifting because it's distributed globally on a global network, so it can cope with the demand. And that is an extra $20 a month, and I've got that specifically for Nukezilla Prime because I want you guys to have decent hosting. And that actually means, interestingly, that Nukezilla servers are now costing more than our ads make. I need to go over all the money and stuff, but that's fine, by the way, because we have a lot of savings. But it's sort of preempting the assumed Nukezilla Prime subscriptions. So there you go. You now have significantly beefier server and a global, worldwide, incredibly powerful content delivery network just for you. So you better write some pretty fucking awesome stuff. Now, along with all this stuff, because, and this is probably just for me, you can now go to NukezillaStatus.com, and right now it just says everything, and that gives you a status update on all of our servers. It's Nukezilla Status is hosted on a totally separate server, kind of. And so if Nukezilla.com goes down, NukezillaStatus.com will tell you, don't worry, it's not just you, here's what's happening, here's the current status of the server or the content delivery network or Wire, and it'll probably be like a link to my Twitter, because I'm the one who's going to be fixing it. So if the site goes down, go to NukezillaStatus.com and it'll just tell you what's happening. Again, that's for Prime people, because I'm sort of preempting a lot of the problems or trying to make it a bit easier. And finally, I know this video's been long, and I apologise that you'll probably be super bored, but I'm in a tippy chair and I'm drinking coffee, and I've got fucking Pop-Tart Cat. It's Pop-Tart Cat. You can't think that this video is too long when I have Pop-Tart Cat. Pop-Tart Cat. Look at the eyes. That's how rainbows are made. Nukezilla podcast, the NZ Cast, is doing a live season finale. End of season show on Monday. And what I'm going to do is on Monday, when the show goes up, I will embed the player in the very top of the page underneath the logo for everyone to see, because, you know, there's only going to be a few hundred people who have no idea what's happening, and they'll turn up and just be like, what the fuck, bye. But they'd have done that anyway. Screw those guys. In place of the advert at the top will be the video player or Ustream player or what have you, where the Nukezilla, the NZ Cast live finale will be happening. It's a live podcast, which means that we interact with you guys. The whole thing is recorded and put out on Tuesday, as you would expect, but you can do phone-ins, and it'll probably be a really long show, and it'll just be really fun. It's kind of like a really cool... like, I used to watch... And, yeah, did any of you guys watch Epileptic Gaming? Because it's that same kind of fun vibe, where it's sort of excitement, even though all the people watching are either alone, or in a cubicle, or, like, in the evening, sat at home. It's this awesome kind of bonding thing that happens, and it's very fun. And that's happening at 6 o'clock UK time. We'll probably start broadcasting at 5. And that is, I think, I've no idea about daylight savings, but I think that is noon, noon, 1 o'clock New York time, and then a couple of hours earlier for other places in America. And if you could pop in and have a watch of that, I'd appreciate that, because it tells us how many people are viewing. And if it's like 2, then me and Gavin will feel bad. But usually we get like a few dozen people in there, which doesn't sound like a lot. But I kind of know almost all of you by name now, which is awesome. And it's kind of weird, because lots of people think of Nukezilla as this huge popular thing now. I have genuinely been asked by people, like, to talk to them about my success, which is crazy. When it's just us. It's us. We're just doing things, and it's awesome. And I like it, and I've got coffee in me now, and I'm probably going to carry on. What am I doing today? Yes. Oh, good. Oh, that's good. The big secret thing that I've been hassling Gavin and you guys about, it turns out it's actually a bigger secret than I thought, and so instead of me telling you what it is this week, I have to now wait a month, because I'm going to be signing things like NDAs. Now, I think I've only ever signed 2 NDAs in my life, and these are not just embargo. Embargoes are, hey, don't tell anyone now, and then everyone goes, okay, because they want to stay friends. NDAs are actual signed contracts, so it's a little bit more serious. It is pretty awesome, what I'm up to, and you will find out in, I think it's like a month, maybe a month and a half. Though it's going through some pretty big companies, so it may be like a year. So I'm just going to stop hassling you about it. You will know. It will probably blow your mind. There is no way you can possibly predict this, and it's going to take up a lot of my time. But also... Okay, no, not going to do it. Not going to do it. I was going to say things. Not going to do... look at him. Or her. I guess it's a her. Just jumping and making a rainbow. So, that is what I'm up to. At the moment, I'm doing secret things. I should probably get some sunglasses and a big trench coat. I'm rocking backwards and forwards in my amazing tippy chair. I'm playing with my new laptop. What are you up to on Sunday? Did you enjoy the fact that this video was about half an hour long and had a massive bit of nerdy talk in it? Oh, I think I'm totally out of shot. I might not be out of shot. I can't tell. I don't really care. You guys are awesome. I'm awesome. We're all awesome. If we were in a bar, it would be the coolest bar in the world. We are the fucking hipsters of video games, but in a good way. I was going to say not a pretentious way, but in a massively pretentious way. Anyway, right. I was chatting as if we are just friends in a bar there, and I could stay like that for hours. So, I'm going to go do programming and do blank, 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 I don't want to get sued, blank things. Which, please do start guessing. Start up a thread. Nasuda, you have nothing better to do. Start up a new thread. Trying to guess what I'm up to. And if any of you guess, I'll delete the thread, because I don't want to get sued. So, I'm off. Join us for the NZ cast on Monday. It'll be really fun. and spread the word of the NZcast. Tweet, I don't know, do awesome things, be generally awesome, be pretentious, drink coffee, drink beer, make love to many beautiful men and women, and tell me what you're up to. Tell us all in the comments what you are up to today on Sunday on this lovely grey Manchester day. Oh, Pop-Tart. Oh, I'm gone. That's it. I'm done. What are you up to?